Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Intro music FADES in and out. For centuries, humanity has gazed up at the night sky, a canvas of endless possibilities, and wondered, are we alone? It's a question that has fueled countless myths, legends, scientific endeavors, and deep philosophical debates. We've sent probes, listened intently with massive radio telescopes, and even beamed our own messages into the void, hoping for a reply. But what if that reply finally came? What if one ordinary day the extraordinary happened? What if the flickering lights we see in the heavens weren't just distant stars, but homes? What if we met aliens? This isn't just about little green men or flying saucers. It's about the most profound moment in human history, an encounter that would irrevocably alter everything we know, everything we believe, and everything we are. The very fabric of our civilization would be rewoven in an instant. Forget geopolitical tensions, economic crises, or social divides. A single, undeniable signal, a physical presence would unite us, or perhaps divide us more deeply than ever before. Today, we're diving deep into that monumental hypothetical. We're going to explore not just the initial shock, but the ripple effects that would cascade through every corner of our world, from science and technology to religion, culture, and our very understanding of existence. So buckle up, because we're about to imagine a future where the universe suddenly gets a lot more crowded. Let's begin with the moment of discovery itself. How would it happen? There are essentially two main pathways: the passive detection of a signal, or an active physical encounter. Imagine SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, finally picking up something unmistakable, a complex, structured radio wave pattern that couldn't possibly be natural. It's not random static. It's information encoded with intent. Or perhaps one morning, observatories around the globe detect an object, unmistakably artificial, decelerating as it enters our solar system, heading straight for Earth. The world watches, breath held, as it resolves into a colossal vessel, unlike anything conceived by human minds, silent and imposing in the vacuum of space. The initial reaction would be a maelstrom of emotions: euphoria for scientists, panic for some, awe for many, and outright denial for others. Governments would scramble, information would leak, and the global communication networks would be overwhelmed. Would world leaders present a united front, or would individual nations vie for the first contact advantage? The race for information, both public and classified, would begin immediately. Conspiracy theories would explode, some validating long-held suspicions, others fabricating new narratives in the face of the unknown. Once the discovery is confirmed, the monumental task of first contact and communication begins. If it's a signal, scientists would painstakingly work to decipher it. Universal constants like mathematics, the laws of physics, or the patterns of prime numbers might serve as a Rosetta Stone. Could they be sending us images, sounds, or complex data streams? We might find that their language is not spoken words, but intricate light patterns, gravitational pulses, or even quantum entanglement. If it's a physical arrival, the challenge is even greater. How do we approach? Do we send a diplomatic envoy, a scientific team, or a military escort? What gestures do we make to convey peace and understanding? Our history books are filled with examples of disastrous first encounters between different human cultures. Imagine the complexity when the cultures aren't even from the same planet. Misinterpretation could have catastrophic consequences. Would they understand our nonverbal cues, our art, our music? Would their biology even allow for direct interaction? We might find ourselves trying to communicate with beings who perceive reality in an entirely different spectrum, who don't experience time linearly, or who communicate telepathically. The fundamental act of understanding, of bridging that immense gap, would become humanity's singular focus. Now, for the really crucial question, what would be their intent? This is where speculation truly takes flight. One scenario posits benevolent or neutral aliens. Perhaps they are explorers, scientists like us, seeking out life in the cosmos. Their intention might be to observe, to share knowledge, or even to offer aid. Imagine a civilization thousands, even millions, of years more advanced, offering solutions to our climate crisis, our energy problems, or even the cure for diseases. They might share technologies that could revolutionize travel, communication, and life itself, propelling humanity into a golden age of enlightenment and prosperity. This benevolent scenario often assumes a certain universal ethical development alongside technological advancement. That wisdom and compassion naturally grow with understanding. However, another possibility is indifference or even incomprehension. What if they are so vastly different, so utterly alien in their motivations and biology, that they barely register us? They might be passing through, using our solar system as a mere refueling stop, their colossal vessel a temporary anomaly in our sky, gone as quickly as it appeared, without so much as a glance our way. Or perhaps their goals are so grand, so cosmic in scale, that human existence is as inconsequential to them as an ant colony is to us. We might be a fascinating biological curiosity, worthy of a fleeting moment of observation, but ultimately irrelevant to their cosmic journey. In this scenario, The existential dread might be even more profound than outright hostility, the realization of our utter insignificance in the grand scheme of the universe. And then, there's the darker, more unsettling possibility: hostile or exploitative intent. Throughout human history, encounters between advanced and less advanced civilizations often ended poorly for the latter. What if they view Earth as a resource, ripe for the taking, our water, our minerals, or even our biological material? They might see us as a threat, a competing species to be eradicated, or simply as obstacles to their expansion. Their technology could be so superior that any resistance we mounted would be futile. The fear of invasion, of conquest, has long been a staple of science fiction, and it's a fear rooted in our own historical precedents. Would humanity unite to defend its home planet, or would some factions seek to collaborate with the invaders, hoping for a privileged position? This scenario forces us to confront our deepest anxieties about survival and the inherent vulnerabilities of our place in the cosmos. Regardless of their intent, the impact on humanity would be seismic. Societally and culturally, our religions would face their ultimate test. If life exists beyond Earth, especially intelligent life, what does that mean for creation stories, for the concept of a chosen people, or for the unique divine spark attributed to humanity? Some faiths might adapt, finding ways to incorporate extraterrestrial life into their cosmologies, while others might crumble under the weight of cognitive dissonance. Our philosophies would undergo a radical transformation. What does it mean to be human when we are no longer the sole intelligent species? Art and literature would explode with new themes, new inspirations, grappling with the profound implications of cosmic companionship or cosmic isolation. Politically, the existence of aliens would necessitate unprecedented global cooperation. National borders and petty squabbles would seem utterly trivial when faced with a common external entity, be it friend or foe. This could lead to a golden age of unification. Or conversely, if the aliens show favoritism or exploit our divisions, it could exacerbate existing conflicts and create new ones. Technologically and scientifically, the impact would be unimaginable. Even if they don't share technology directly, the mere observation of their spacecraft, their communication methods, or their biological makeup would provide an intellectual leap for humanity that would take centuries to achieve on our own. New fields of study would emerge overnight: exolinguistics, xenobiology, intergalactic diplomacy. Breakthroughs in propulsion, energy generation, and materials science would inevitably follow, perhaps leading to our own expansion into the stars. Our understanding of the universe, from cosmology to fundamental physics, would be redefined. The very questions we ask would change. Ultimately, meeting aliens would force us to confront our existential loneliness, or perhaps our cosmic arrogance. We would learn whether the universe is teeming with life, or if intelligent civilizations are rare, precious islands in a vast ocean. We would discover if there's a cosmic community waiting to welcome us, or if we are truly on our own to navigate the perils of space. The encounter would be a mirror, reflecting our best and worst qualities, challenging our assumptions, and forcing us to grow or to perish. Are we ready for such a revelation? What steps should we be taking now, as a global civilization, to prepare for this potentially inevitable day? Do we continue to shout into the void, or do we listen more carefully and consider the profound consequences of an answer? The day we meet aliens, humanity's story will finally begin. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my YouTube channel for more interesting videos.